अच्छा मम्मी।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे
हरे
कृष्णा।
कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा माता जी, हरे कृष्णा। कैसे हैं आप?
हरे कृष्णा चिरंजीव हो।
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, प्रणाम मेरा।
हाँ चिरंजीव हो।
परमेश्वर गौर प्रभु जी हैं।
हरे कृष्णा
प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा अम्मा, हरे कृष्णा अम्मा। हम दंडवत
प्रभु हरे कृष्णा।
आशीर्वाद कीजिए।
हाँ चिरंजीव हो।
हाँ, गीता भी है बाजू में।
हाँ सौभाग्यवती हो।
थैंक यू माता जी अच्छी तरह से
प्रभु पट्टाभी प्रभु हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
प्रभु पट्टाभी प्रभु मानसी।
हरे
हरे
कृष्णा।
कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
रसामृता
हरे कृष्णा
आपका
प्रभु।
माँ बराबर आशीर्वाद दे देती है अच्छी तरह से। जय हो।
Thank you प्रभु जी। Thank you for arranging such a wonderful sessions प्रभु जी।
थैंक यू। ये ऐसी वैष्णवी का आशीर्वाद चाहिए प्रभु।
भक्तों की कृपा की वजह से ये सब हो पाया, नहीं तो वैसे नहीं होता।
हाँ बराबर, ये बात सही है।
अच्छा
सभी
प्रभु
हाथ मिला के।
अच्छा है, नवरात्रि में आप रामायण सुना रहे हो सबको, तो बहुत अच्छा है
जी। ओके
प्रभु हमारा घर का नवरात्रि दिखाता हूँ थोड़ा समय के लिए।
हाँ दिखाइए।
प्रभु आप ये 4709211584 पे हो ना? आपका ये आप बोलो एक बारी, आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है मुझे, आप कौन से उस पे हो? अच्छा ओके, दिखाई दे रहा है मुझे। ओके,
कैमरा को कैसे करेंगे प्रभु इसमें?
नो प्रॉब्लम, आप ठीक हो बिल्कुल। एंड
को रियर करने का ना कैमरा को,
आगे बटन होगा एक।
नहीं ये वीडियो में आगे पीछे नहीं दिखा रहे।
आपके आगे होगा, उसको रिवर्स कैमरा आ जाएगा तो।
हाँ ऊपर मिल गया। अभी दिख रहे प्रभु?
हाँ जी, मैं आपको ओके, एक मिनट
स्पॉटलाइट करेगा तो आ जाएगा।
स्पॉटलाइट कर देता हूँ। यस, हरी बोल।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
ये नवरात्रि का गोलू है हमारा घर पे।
अच्छा है। जय।
वर्धन लीला, ये रामायण का केवट भी है इधर, रामायण का केवट। कालिया, दशावतार, समुद्र मंथन, संकीर्तन पाती। इस तरफ शीना जी।
हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा।
थैंक यू। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु।
हरे
Can you minimize it, प्रभु?
यस प्रभु, जस्ट 1 सेकेंड। आप कहाँ पे हैं? जस्ट 1 सेकेंड प्रभु। Yeah, it's done. I would request everybody to mute, or otherwise there was an option how to mute all. Okay.
ब्रजलीला प्रभु इसमें 250 है कितना है? limit.
Oh, okay. So I'm muting all, and then like after that, जिसको बोलना है, then he'll unmute. Yeah, I'll make you the host. Yeah. हरे कृष्णा. हरे कृष्णा, आप सबका अगेन स्वागत है फॉर टुडेज रामायण ट्रेल प्रोग्राम पार्ट 2. और आज हम विजिट करने वाले हैं पंचवटी, नॉट पंचवटी, तो आज चित्रकूट. पंचवटी कल है, तो आज चित्रकूट का हम यात्रा करने वाले हैं. एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट हिज ग्रेस परमेश्वर गौर प्रभु टू वेलकम द स्पीकर ऑफ द डे. एंड हिज ग्रेस परमेश्वर गौर प्रभु, प्लीज. हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्णा. हिज ग्रेस जगत साक्षी प्रभु की जय. प्रभु आ गया.
यस प्रभु.
हरे कृष्णा. प्लीज एक्सेप्ट माय humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. हरे कृष्णा. प्रभु 1991 में इस्कॉन में जुड़े हुए, मतलब 30 साल उन्होंने इतना प्रभुपाद को अच्छी तरह से सेवा कर रहे हैं. प्रभु ये तिरुवनंतपुरम जो टेम्पल का प्रेसिडेंट है, इन्होंने भगवत गीता में डॉक्टरेट किया है. लोग तो आजकल मटेरियल स्टडीज में बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं, मगर प्रभु तो इतना विशेष किया है. ये श्रीमद् भगवत गीता का इतना इंटरेस्ट लेकर उन्होंने इसमें डॉक्टरेट किया है. इनको एड्रेस हमेशा ऐसे करना है, डॉक्टर जगत साक्षी प्रभु. ये बहुत जरूरी है. प्रभु इस्कॉन में जुड़े हुए 91 में, उन्होंने 95 में मेंबरशिप, मतलब वो ब्रह्मचारी मेंबरशिप में आया. फिर उन्होंने बहुत साल सेवा करके फिर हिज होलीनेस जयप्रताप स्वामी महाराज से उन्होंने दीक्षा लिया है. प्रभु के पास एक विशेष मंदिर है, 500 बरस का इतना पुराना श्री कृष्ण मंदिर है तिरुवल्ला में. पूरा इन्होंने मैनेज कर रहे. इनके अलावा इन्होंने और बहुत कुछ सेवा कर रहे इस्कॉन में, क्योंकि इन्होंने प्रचार, ट्रैवलिंग प्रीचर बोल सकते हैं, क्योंकि इन्होंने मलेशिया, सिंगापुर वगैरह भी प्रचार जाके करता है. इनको अनेक भाषा आता है, जैसे हिंदी, इंग्लिश, तमिल, मलयालम. और कुछ है प्रभु?
नो प्रभु, नो.
हरे कृष्णा. प्रभु ऐसी यात्रा बहुत भक्त लोगों को लेके जाता है, इतना अच्छा गाइडेंस दे रहे. इन्होंने श्रीलंका लेकर बहुत भक्त लोगों को गया, वहां भी जितना भी रामायण का भूमि है हर जगह पे उनको सबको दर्शन करवाया, सबको अच्छी तरह से वहां भी रामायण का कथा सुनाया. सो प्रभु इज अ वेरी स्पेशलिस्ट. एबोव ऑल, प्रभु का इतना शांत मुख है और प्रसन्न मुख है. इन्होंने जितना भी वहां भक्त जाएगा तिरुवनंतपुरम में, हर एक को तो इतना अच्छी तरह से हॉस्पिटैलिटी देता था. बहुत वंडरफुल. प्रभु तो always very dear to all of us, especially to me, because the association with me and Prabhu is almost now 15 years old. So many occasions Prabhu has given me wonderful instructions. So I accept Prabhu's all the wonderful lectures. So wonderful. अभी हम लोग आनंद कर रहे हैं श्रीमद् रामायण का. प्रभु इनको जो कथा बताने में एक तरीका होता है, सबको आकर्षण करने वाला है, क्योंकि हर एक कथा में उन्होंने छोटा चीज हमको समझाने के लिए भी छोटा कथा बताता है. सो ही इज अमेजिंग प्रीचर, एबोव ऑल वंडरफुल डिवोटी, वेरी काम एंड क्वाइट, हमेशा शांत रहने वाला है. सो प्रभु को तो और बोलने के लिए बहुत कुछ है, मैं अभी समय की वजह से थोड़ा कम कर रहा. सो प्रभु, हरे कृष्णा, आप अभी शुरू कर सकते हैं. हिज ग्रेस जगत साक्षी प्रभु की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.
Hare Krishna. So I would just like to have one thing. All the devotees who are hearing, please hear attentively. At the end, we'll have some questions which you have to type, and then we can say that who was hearing attentively. So at the end, हिंदी और इंग्लिश में दोनों में क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे आखिर में. प्लीज हियर अटेंटिवली. थैंक यू. हरे कृष्णा. ओवर टू हिज ग्रेस जगत साक्षी प्रभु.
हरे कृष्णा. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य Naram chaiva narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutiraye. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. My humble pranams to Parameshwar Gaur Prabhu, Vrajlila Nath Prabhu, and to all senior Vaishnavas. So here I can also see Rasamrita Prabhu's mother, Mataji bhi hai. Pranam Mataji. आपका तबीयत सब अच्छा है, सब वेरी गुड. हरे कृष्णा. माता जी बहुत स्वीट है. माता जी का आमरस भी बहुत स्वीट है. हरे कृष्णा. So by offering pranams to all the assembled Vaishnavas, we will start today's journey. So as I said yesterday, Ramayana is not exactly Lord Ram's pastime. It is Mother Sita's pastime. Sitayam Charitam Mahat. Valmiki very beautifully explains, my dear listeners, this is not the story about Ram, this is a story about Mother Sita. And there was a very subtle, we cannot use the word competition. It is like who will do more sacrifice in the pleasure of Lord Ram? Who will do so much of sacrifice? Lakshmana did an amazing sacrifice. Bharata did a lot of sacrifice. But in that, Mother Sita was in the front position. That is why Valmiki said, Sitayam Charitram Mahat. This is not the story of Ram, this is the story of Mother Sita. She did so much of sacrifice. And this which a common man can never understand in his lifetime, the amount of sacrifice Mother Sita had done. So today, before reaching Chitrakoot, we are going to a place called Sita Madhi, which is on Banaras Lucknow highway. This is slightly deviant route because when we want to go to Chitrakoot from Ayodhya, we take a different route. But when we go to on the national highway, that's a highway from Lucknow to Banaras, Bihar, Gaya, that's the same big highway, which finally goes to Calcutta, Kolkata. In that highway, we are taking a deviation and we are going to a place called Sita Madhi. It is a beautiful village on the bank of river Ganga. A tributary of Mother Ganga called Tamasa. When Tamasa river comes and joins Mother Ganga, in that corner, there was the ashram of Valmiki Maharishi. So from National Highway, we take this route, for 10 kilometers, and it's a Pakka village. Something like we will be transformed for, 20 years, 30 years behind. And you can see only groundnut cultivation on the both sides. And it's a single track road. And we will go and reach this village called Sitamadhi. And we can count hardly some 100 houses will be there in that whole of village. In Middle East and all, even in one apartment, they have, thousands and thousands of residences. But the whole village of Sitamadhi would be like, having 100 houses, all the tiled house, mud house, and you will get this ganna ka juice, sugarcane juice everywhere. So beautiful, serenic, sattvic place. So we reached this village, Sitamadhi. And what you see on the screen, that white color temple on the right corner, that is the temple of Sita Mata. And inside, on the left side, you can see Sita Devi picture alone standing on the rocks. That is the main deity over there. And two deities, one on the first floor and one on the second floor of this white temple. On the first floor, you have that dressed deity, Sita Devi, standing with a garland. And in the ground floor, there is an exhibition and where you can see Sita Devi. Very amazing in this village, even today, this is what is something very, very beautiful. Even today, in this village, there are certain number of families, they wear black dress. They don't wear any other dress in their lifetime. They wear always black and no ornaments. And some of them are very angry with Lord Ram. So in this village, in this area, you can see, this is the only place where you can see people worship Sita Mata and there is no Ram. Because temple means you will always see there is Sitaram together, or sometimes Sitaram Darbar, Sitaram, Lakshmana, Hanuman, Bharata, Shatrugna, Ram Darbar you will see, or at least Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman you will see, or Sitaram. But we will never see Mother Sita alone. There is no such temple like that. But this is the only place where you will see Mother Sita standing alone and she's worshipped alone. And people in this village, many of them, they also worship Sita Mata alone. They don't worship Ram and they're very angry with Ram. Some of them are very angry with Ram. And some families there, they even today, they wear black and sacrifice at least one daughter in their family. She will not get married, something like a nun. She will remain a celibate throughout her life. She will not enter Grihastha life. Like the family sacrifices her as the follower of that black dress sect. I forgot their name. They're still there and they live showing their opposition against Lord Ram for rejecting Mother Sita, and they're continuing this sacrifice for centuries. Because Ramayana Leela took place here in Treta Yuga, yugas have passed, but still some people in this village, they're very angry with Lord Ram, and one baby girl, one daughter of the family will be sacrificed and she will remain, without marriage and wearing black dress throughout her life and serve Mother Sita. Then after some years, another daughter will be sacrificed. So they continue with this culture. So we are in this very, very beautiful holy place that is Sitamadhi. There was a Valmiki Maharishi's ashram at the confluence here of two rivers. where Tamasa river comes and joins Mother Ganga. And in front of this ashram, some 100 meters ahead of this ashram, we can see that broad, huge Ganges, Mother Ganges flowing. And behind this ashram, and we can see Tamasa river flowing. Tamasa is a very small tributary. And there was Valmiki Maharishi's ashram. Very beautiful place. So 2 years have passed after the coronation of Lord Ram. Ram became the emperor. His coronation is over. Pattabhishekam is over. And Sita Mata was pregnant, very close to delivering baby. She was pregnant. And one day, when Bharata was roaming in the night in disguise, they always go around the city, country to know what people are discussing, what is their problem, what they're facing. The kings will go and they travel from one place to another and things like that. So Bharata could hear in a washerman's house, the washerman is scolding his wife, the dhobi is scolding, I am not henpecked Ram to accept, Sita, who had lived with Ravana for 1 year. I am not like Ram. He was screaming at the top of his voice. And Bharata heard this. And Bharata felt very bad. Actually, he pulled his sword to go and chop Dhobi's neck. But somehow he thought, Lord Ram will never be happy if he does so. So Bharata came back. And Bharata was very upset the whole evening, the whole night. And Lord Ram, because the Lord is there in everyone's heart, and Lord understands what Bharata is going through. And Lord Ram immediately called Bharata and said, what is that matter troubling you? And Bharata said, no, nothing, my Lord. I don't know how to reveal it. Nothing. It's not something very important. But Ram said, Bharata, please, you can please open your heart. Sometimes it is very helpful if we go and open our heart to very senior, mature Vaishnava. The mature Vaishnava who is very close to Krishna in realization, he will be able to dissipate our disturbance, or even simply by sharing to him, that heaviness of our heart will be cleared off. So when Ram very lovingly, Ram, it doesn't have enemies at all. Even with Ravana, Ram never showed enmity. Ram is like a well-wisher of every living entities in this world. If they do even a small seva, that will be recorded and remembered forever, and all their big mistakes will be forgiven. This is the mood of Lord Ram. But when it is compared with human beings like us, we forget all the great beneficiary activities done by someone, and we will simply remember that one small mistake he had done. Lord Ram would embrace everyone. So Ram said, Bharata, just open it up. What is that disturbing you? Then Bharata said, this is what happened. I seek your permission to punish that washerman. If you say yes, I will drag him like a jackal drags the prey in jungle. I will drag him and bring him to the palace and hang him at the entrance of the palace. When Bharata said this, Lord Ram said, everything has a purpose in this world. This is not just happening like that. Don't worry, I will attend to it. And that night, Lord Ram went, and Sita, ever charming as Sita is like a molten golden color, glowing, Tejaswini, Janaki. When Sita is in front of others, out of respect, it is very difficult to hear what she speaks. When Sita Mata is in front of Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, when Sita Mata is in front of elderly, respectable personalities, even when other family members are there, out of respect, she will speak at a very low voice. It's sometimes difficult to hear, but Ram will understand Mother Sita. Okay, chalo, when Ram is alone with Sita, even at that time, she will speak with a very low voice because very shy. She's very shy in front of Lord Ram. So she speaks always so soft like butter, so gentle. Every single word of Mother Sita will captivate the hearts. So Lord always used to address Sita as a gentle Sita. Janaki, when Lord Ram addresses Janaki very softly like butter. But that day, Lord Ram's heart is pierced with pain. So much of pain in his heart. And Sita is ever smiling, She became so happy when Lord Ram came because every day she gets a very less time with Lord Ram, because of all the royal matters and as duties. Lord Ram gets very less time with Mother Sita. So Mother Sita became very happy and she was pregnant at that time, very close to delivery. So Ram came, gently took the palm of Mother Sita and said, Sita, do you remember that in jungle you expressed a desire to me that you wanted to go and meet the sages once again, especially Bharadwaj Muni's wife and Atri Muni's wife Anasuya Devi. You were very specific that you wanted to meet all the sages and the Rishi Patnis, and you were always talking about them, how they took care of us in the, when we were in jungle for 14 years, how much Anasuya Devi spent time with you, taught you everything. And I understand from your words that we can never repay the debt. When Lord Ram said this, Mother Sita became very happy. And she said, yes, I can never repay the debt, So much the sages and the Rishi Patnis have helped us, taken care of us. They were like a strong support when we were in jungle. That is why it is called, the debt to the sages and gurus. Sages, gurus and Brahmana can never be repaid by us. Because every Brahmana who chants Gayatri Mantra is not chanting for himself alone. He is chanting on behalf of three worlds. Om, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. Chanting for three worlds. That's why some Brahmana in this world who is chanting Gayatri is doing for our benefit also. That is why we can never repay the debt to Brahmana. Never repay the debt to sages, because the sages sacrificed their personal life. They became selfless for the benefit of 14 planetary system. And we can never repay the debt of our spiritual master, Gurudev. So Sita became very happy. So she said, are we going to jungle? Are we going again? Are we getting a chance to meet Bharadwaj Muni and his wife and Atri and Anasuya Devi and all the sages and Muni Kumaras, Rishi Patnis? Are we going to take a dip in Ganga? Are we going to take a dip in Tamasa? She became so jubilant and she was talking. And Ram said, I can't come, but I would like, you should go and, you should go and meet them tomorrow. And Sita became a little upset because Lord Ram is not coming. But still, she thought, okay, one day I will go to jungle. I will go immediately in the morning and I'll come back. And Ram said, you can take Lakshman with you. And she said, okay, fine. We will go in the morning and we will come back by evening. And she became so happy and she collected so much of valuables, ornaments, jewelry, grains, flowers, fruits, and silk garments, and all sorts of things to give as dakshina. She collected so much, so many bullock carts full of gifts. She was so happy to give charity to sages and brahmanas. And that day night, Ram summoned Lakshman. Lakshmana came. And Ram told Lakshmana, tomorrow early morning, you are taking Sita to jungle. And Lakshmana was a little surprised. He asked, what? Why? Anything specific? And Sita Mata should not travel at this time. She's pregnant. And what is that so important that which she cannot postpone? Then Lord Ram said, Lakshmana, she wanted to meet the sages and give them gifts, but you should leave her in the jungle and you should come back. I am banishing her to jungle. When Ram said this, Lakshmana could not believe his ears. Lakshmana said, Prabhu, what are you saying? What has happened now? Ravana is killed. And what is that? There is no demon. I didn't hear anything. Why are you saying this? Then Lord Ram said, citizens are not happy and I am loyal to my citizens. They doubt the character of Mother Sita, Janaki. So I am banishing her to jungle. Immediately Lakshmana pulled his sword and screamed at the peak of his voice and said, who is that wretched soul? Let me purify my existence by chopping him off and throwing him in Sarayu. Who is that wretched man? Who is that sinful person who had said so? But Lord Ram did not pay any attention to Lakshmana. Lord Ram said, Lakshmana, do what I say. Just take Mother Sita, just take Sita to jungle and leave her there. And Lakshmana's body was trembling with rage. His eyes had all turned red, furious, pulled his sword and he was screaming. And Lord Ram said, this is my order and you do it. And that whole day, night, Lakshmana did not sleep. Bharata was very disturbed. Bharata did not sleep. Lord Ram did not sleep. And Sita Devi couldn't sleep because she was so happy. She's thinking that tomorrow morning I'm going to meet all the sages. I will give them gifts. I will touch their feet. And before sunset, I will come back to Ayodhya. She was happy, and because of her happiness, she could not sleep. Ram, Bharat and Lakshman, all they were pained so much, they could not sleep. Lakshmana was furious, And next day, early morning, Mother Sita was waiting for the dawn, for sun to rise. She dressed herself nicely. She collected all the gifts and told Lakshmana, let's go, let's go, let's go. And actually, she was so happy to go to jungle. And Lakshmana, like a dead man walking, like a jata, which has lost life, lost all the charm. He got into the chariot and the minister Sumantra personally rode the chariot. Throughout the journey, Lakshmana was so silent and Sita was making fun of Lakshmana. Lakshmana, what happened to you? Why are you so disturbed? What is troubling you? Can't you be away from Lord Ram even for one single day? Mother Sita thought Lakshmana is so much attached to Ram that Lakshmana is feeling bad to get separated from Ram. So Mother Sita was smiling and said, Lakshmana, can't you be away from Lord Ram for one single day? By sunset, we will reach back to Ayodhya. What is troubling you? But Lakshmana did not say a single word. They came to this particular spot. you know. And Sita Mata very respectfully got down from the chariot and she told Lakshmana, stop the chariot. I wanted to pay my obeisances to Mother Ganga. So Lakshmana stopped the chariot. Mother Sita got down from she's a pregnant lady. She got down from the chariot and very humbly she paid her obeisances to Ganges. And when she was about to raise up, Lakshmana said, Devi, my pranams at your lotus feet. It is the supreme king, Maharaja, Lord Ram's order that you should be banished in the jungle. Saying this, as though a hot iron rod was pierced in Lakshmana's heart. Lakshmana's eyes and all filled with tears. With such heavy words, Lakshmana walked like a dead body, got in this chariot, and he didn't even turn back because Lakshmana didn't have the courage to turn back. He simply took the chariot and went towards Ayodhya. Mother Sita, what is that I am hearing? I thought everything was over with Ravana's episode. What am I hearing again? Again, Lord Ram banished me. What sin I have done? What a sinful life I am leading. I am always a pain to Lord Ram. Why, Mother Earth, you have not blessed me to satisfy my Prabhu? And Sita was blaming her again and she fell down unconscious. After a few hours, she will regain her consciousness, think that she is sinful, and she will again fall down. Then she was lying down like a dead person on the bank of Mother Ganges. After some time, the disciples of Valmiki, his ashram was very close by, Valmiki's ashram. Disciples of Valmiki Muni, that too especially, the sage Bharadwaja and his wife and Guru Patnis, they all came and they saw the beautiful Sita lying unconscious on the bank of Ganges. And she was like a star fell down from the sky, glowing, Tejaswini. Immediately, Valmiki told all the Rishi Patnis and everybody to carry Mother Sita because she was pregnant. They carried her to ashram and all of them under the personal instruction of Valmiki Muni, they took care of Mother Sita. And from that day, Mother Sita was eating meager food so that she can live in this body. She would have committed suicide, but she thought, Lord Ram's offspring is in my womb. If I commit suicide, that will be a great sin. Only for the sake of the baby in her womb, Mother Sita was simply eating meager and not talking to anyone. Whole day chanting Ram's name and crying again and again. At the same time being very respectful to the sages. And like a servant maid, Valmiki used to say, Janaki, you please go and rest. But Sita will pull all the menial services and personally do. She was cleaning the ashram and everything with the Rishi Patnis. And whenever the great sage, renounced man Valmiki, whenever he sees Mother Sita, even the sages had tears in their eyes. How nature can be so cruel to her. Everyone was crying. And she delivered the beautiful babies, Lava and Kush. So Valmiki doesn't say much about Lavakusha, but some other personalities like Tulsidas in Ramcharitmanas and different people said different stories. Anyway, at the end of the session, if we have time, we will explain how the twins have taken birth. So the two beautiful boys, like sun and moon glowing, Lavakusha took birth in this Valmiki Muni's ashram. And from the day one, they lived the life of mendicants, sages. So they know what is renunciation. They know what is pain. That is why it is very important to put male child in a strict Gurukul. Because they will know what is tapasya. They will know what is pain of life. They will know how life is so important. They know the reality. So once they're trained properly in Gurukul, they will be bold enough, courageous enough, strong enough, devoted enough to face this material world. But our children are pampered. Sometimes they can't face the reality of this material world. They get into depression. They're very weak-minded. So these two boys, like so strong, like sun and moon, they were completely under the tutelage of sage Valmiki. Valmiki personally trained them. What is tyaga? What is tapasya? What is renunciation? What is attachment in this world? And more than everything, Valmiki will teach everything about Lord Ram to these two boys. And the two boys so intelligent, and they will absorb everything, and they know Ram is their father. But Mother Sita took a promise. Unless and until I give permission, you should never declare to this world that Lord Ram is your father. If anyone asks you, you should simply tell them that you are students of sage Valmiki. And the boys very obediently followed what Mother Sita said. And for them, Sita is everything. They loved Sita more than their life, and they know at the young age they were very well aware of all the trouble their mother had gone through. And every day in the evening they will ask their mother, if Lord Ram is such a perfect being, such a Purushottama, and why did he do this to you? Is it not his duty to protect you? But Sita will gently say, he is a husband and father for many citizens. That is his primary duty. So to protect the whole kingdom and citizens is more important than protecting me. And she will very beautifully develop, trained her sons and, planted the seed of devotion in their heart. Very wonderful boys. And once they completed the age of 12, and Valmiki called one day and said, my dear love Kush, today you can go to Ayodhya. And the boys were jumping in happiness. Are we going to Ayodhya? Yes, you can go to Ayodhya. So this part of the story is differently explained in Tulsidas Ramcharitmanas. But we always accept Valmiki Ramayana to be the strong, proper evidence. So when sage Valmiki told these two boys to go to Ayodhya, they became so happy. And these boys are powerful soldiers. They know Vedas, they know mantras, they're beautiful singers. If they start singing, both of them, the whole world will freeze. So beautiful, divine singing they can do. And they happily said, okay, we are going to Ayodhya. And they're going for begging. The sons, the prince of Ayodhya, who were powerful to rule the 14 planetary system. The two boys lived by begging. Can you imagine? Never think this begging. Why? You see, many people ask why people beg in India. Now the purpose of begging had changed. It has become a cheating. It has become a way of living. But in those days, all the great kings and sages, they were begging so that their ego will be defeated, battered so badly, and humility will come. Even prince, before their coronation, they used to go and beg. And these two beautiful boys were living by begging. And they went to Ayodhya and they were singing nice songs. And what songs they were singing? They were singing Ram Leela, Ram Katha, the glories of Ram. And when Bharata was on the horse ride, he heard this. Two Muniputras, both of them dressed in tree bark and deer skin, tree bark, having malas around their neck. And so sweetly these boys were singing about Ram. Then Bharata stopped his chariot and asked, Are Muniputras, who are you? From which ashram are you? I have never seen you people around. And you are singing so beautifully about Ram. Who are you? And both the boys said, We are disciples of sage Valmiki, students of Valmiki. And they asked, Oh great sir, oh respectable, and they're so respectable. They said, Oh great sir, your dress looks as though you are from a royal family. Who are you? If you think it is appropriate, please disclose to us your identity. The way the boys asked, Bharata became so happy. How mannered these boys are, how cultured these boys are, how politely they are asking. The boys asked at the age of 12, if you feel it is appropriate to disclose your identity to us, please let us know who are you. And Bharata was touched by their gentleness. Bharata said, I am Bharata, the younger brother and servant of Lord Ram. The moment Bharata said he is Bharata, they know everything about Bharata. These two boys know, only thing they have not seen Ram, Lakshman, Bharata, everybody. But they know everything. They have heard so much from Mother Sita and so much from Valmiki sage. So they became so happy. Their uncle is standing in front. They were so happy. Tears were coming in their eyes. They want to run and hug him. But they very humbly paid their obeisances. They so humbly bowed down, paid their namaskara and said, We are blessed to meet you, O great sir. And Bharata asked, Okay, are you willing to come to palace? Because I am so sure you are so nectarianly singing. Oh, what an appropriate picture here. You are so nectarianly singing the glories of Ram. Can I take you to palace? Lord Ram will be very happy. Just that boys didn't have wings to fly. They were at the peak of their happiness. They were at the top of their happiness. They said, yes, yes, yes. We would like, with tears they said, we would like to get alms from the great King Lord Ram. They said, we would like to get charity from the great King Ram. And Bharata happily took them. As I told you yesterday, can you see in this picture? Lord Ram had made a golden Sita Vigraha. Sita was always there with Ram in a golden Vigraha form. And the boys went and Ram smilingly asked, Bharata, who are these boys? They look so beautiful, so handsome. They look like suns from the sky. Who are they? Whose children are they? And and Bharata very politely said, my dear Ram, my great brother, O king, these two are the disciples of sage Valmiki. The moment Ram heard that they are Valmiki students, immediately Ram started thinking about Sita, because Ram knew Sita is in Valmiki's ashram. But Ram doesn't know these two are his own sons. And Ram smilingly said, okay, Muniputras, hope everything is well in sage's ashram. Please convey my obeisances to the reverend sage, the great sage Valmiki. What you want, what charity you want. And Bharata intervened and said, oh great king, these boys can sing very well. Do you want to hear? And Ram smilingly said, why not? Let them sing. The whole assembly will be happy to listen to them. And the boys, with tears in their eyes, they started singing the glories of Ayodhya, Koshala Desha, Maharaja Dilipa, Maharaja Dasharatha, Ram get married to Sita. They were singing so beautifully. Ram got very deeply disturbed. The thoughts of Sita, Mother Sita is, again and again in Ram's mind. And Ram saw his Singhasan is empty. Sita Devi is not there. So many beautiful things happened in between. We are not getting into those details. Then Bharata got up and said, Lord Ram, it is very late. The sages have to go back. Then Ram said, yes, the beautiful ones, please go. And the boys, they felt like they want to run and jump and sit on Lord Ram's lap, because father, they were seeing him after 12 years, they're seeing for the first time in life. They want to hug their father and they wanted to openly say, we are your sons. But they were tied by the promise made by Mother Sita. Then Ram said, Muniputra, please go back and you can come tomorrow and continue the singing. And both the boys, they don't have heart to leave their father. They simply turned back and walked. And when they were going up to the doors, Lord Ram will say, oh Muniputras, you are so charming and I don't know why I am so much attracted to you. Can you sing one more song and go? And both the boys will runningly come back and start singing again. Then again Bharata will say, my dear Lord, it's very late, let them go. And Ram will say, yes, you go. And when they're walking again, Ram will say, can you sing one more song? So whole night, the whole of assembly. And people also heard in assembly, two beautiful boys are singing Ramayana and Ram is enjoying. And people started coming, pouring in, there was no place. The palace was packed. And at the end, Ram bowed down to Vasishta and said, oh, Reverend Sage Vasishta, I think it is 12 long years I got separated from Mother Sita. Can I get her back? Can I bring her back? Please grant your permission. When Ram said this to Vasishta, Vasishta spoke in a voice mixed with anger. Vasishta said, Ram, what are you thinking? Did any one of us tell you to banish Sita? It was your own decision. We were begging you not to do that. Why are you asking permission? If you feel so, you are a perfect personality. If you feel so, immediately bring her back. Then with the permission of the great sages, Lord Ram sent people, ministers, and very important personal aides to Valmiki Ashram with so much of gifts and conveyed the message. And next day, Rahul Prabhu, can we go back to that old picture, Sita Madi picture? And next day, the beautiful, these two boys, Lava and Kusha, they walked in the front, glowing like sun and moon. Behind them, the majestic Reverend Sage Valmiki. And behind Sage Valmiki, Bharatwaja and all the senior sages and disciples of Valmiki. And behind all of them, the beautiful, gentle Janaki Devi with bowed head, Sita Mata was walking. Then Ram understood these two boys were my sons. Simply by seeing, he understood and he was feeling so happy, and the boys were with the tears and happiness, because today the whole world will know who they are, and they can go and sit on father's lap, hug him. They can go around Ayodhya and they can see Mother Sita back with Ram after 12 years. Then Ram got up from his seat, went and bowed down to the great sage Valmiki, offered prayers, washed his feet, and he took permission from Valmiki, Vasishta, and with permission, Ram said, Janaki, please come back and sit in the Singhasan. Till that moment, Sita Mata did not utter a single word. Her head was lowered, she was bowed down. Then she simply raised her head and she saw the lotus feet of Ram and said, "O great king, Prabhu, as long as I am living with you, you won't be able to perform your duties peacefully. But at the same time, if this is true, that I have not thought anyone apart from your lotus feet in my heart, if this is true, that I would have forgotten to breathe, but not forgotten to chant your name. And if this is true, I am chaste to you. Please, Mother Earth, please come and accept me." The moment Sita said this, the earth shook and cracked because her honesty was so powerful. And this is that village Sitamadi. Earth shook and cracked into pieces. And Sita Mata came with the gold, Bhumi Devi came with the golden Singhasan. And Sita Mata, she simply got in and she disappeared into earth, and earth closed with a heavy noise. Ram screamed, "Sita's, Janaki, Sita." Lavakusha screamed, "Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna." Even the sages, they were crying. And the great Sita disappeared. So this is the holy place, Sita Madhi. And that's where this temple is built. But there is a small confusion. Elsewhere in the border of UP and Nepal, there is another Sita Madhi, and people say this pastime had taken place there. But historically, this is more accurate because Tamasa River and Ganges one is confluencing here, and Valmiki's ashram is here. Anyway, this is the glorious place where this wonderful Leela taken. So we offer our heartfelt prayers again and again and again to Mother Sita, that some point of time we should be also able to offer selfless service to the Lord. Where Prabhupada writes in the Nectar of Instruction, undivided devotion. Many places he writes this word, undivided devotion. Our devotion is divided. We have, something about family, money, health, wealth, this, that, ego, and we have devotion also. But sometimes we should have undivided, selfless devotion. So our prayers again and again to Mother Sita. And we are continuing our journey to Chitrakoot. Okay. So let's go to Chitrakoot. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sitaram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. So around some 200 kilometers from Ayodhya down south towards Madhya Pradesh, if I am right, the border village is called Chitrakoot. And Ramayana says this is the most beautiful place, and we don't deny that. If you ever get a chance to visit Chitrakoot, please visit. in September, October, November, these times, September, October, you will see the beauty of Chitrakoot. So beautiful. Ramayana speaks chapters about Chitrakoot. And even today it is not spoiled because it's a tiny village. Whatever you see in these two pictures, that is all is Chitrakoot. Hardly some 10-20 buildings, and that is very, very small village, few thousand families are living. And, you go to Chitrakoot, there are only 3-4 hotels. You cannot call it hotels. You can call it Dharmashala or something like that. Very simple room. You have to adjust there. And this is like a border. Chitrakoot is like UP, Madhya Pradesh border. Some places are there in UP, some places are there in Madhya Pradesh. Every time you have to cross border, and, hardly, very few, what do you say? Staying places, maybe like 10, less than 10 staying places, each one having 10-12 rooms. Very difficult sometimes if you go there without proper booking and all, like you don't have place to stay, you don't have place to eat, small village, it is nothing there, small village, but very beautiful, full of tiny hills and greeneries. And Valmiki himself says, simply by remembering the pastimes of Lord Ram and Mother Sita in Chitrakoot, a person will be purified. And there is no doubt about it. There is no doubt. Actually, we heard Lokanath Goswami, Lokanath Maharaj of ISKCON, speaking about Ram in Chitrakoot. And it is true. The statement of Valmiki was very true. Sitting there in Chitrakoot and hearing about Lord Ram and Sita is so purifying, so purifying, so beautiful, full of jungles. And, when we went, we saw all kinds of animals. We saw monkeys, we saw peacocks, we saw tortoise, we saw, wild boars, we saw snakes, we saw swan, you name it, we saw everything there in the 3-day visit. So beautiful, Chitrakutas. Even in Tamil, Ramayana and Kambar also glorifies Chitrakoot so much. Tulsidas glorifies Chitrakoot so much. And one important thing related to Tulsidas is Tulsidas completed his Ramacharitmanas sitting in Chitrakoot on the bank of river Mandakani. That river which you are seeing in the picture is river Mandakani. Ganga flowing from Lord Shiva's head. Mandakani, again a branch of Ganga. So first we go in Chitrakoot, we go to a beautiful place called Kamadgiri. Rahul Prabhu, that mountain, that hill, Kamadgiri. There is I saw that picture you are having, Kamadgiri. So like Vrindavan, yes, beautiful. See how greenish this mountain is. Tiny mountain, like in Vrindavan, we go around Govardhan Giri Parikrama. Same thing happens here also. People call it Kamadgiri Parikrama. But one thing good about it is, it's only 5 kilometers, not like 20 kilometers of Govardhan. This is just 5 kilometers. Because Lord Ram and Sita, they lived in 2 places. 2 places, that is like, one is Nasik, Panchavati and Chitrakoot. These are the 2 places they stayed. Out of 14 years, 1 year Sita Mata was in with Ravan. The last year, 14th year, 1 year she was with Ravan in Ashokavana. So the rest 13 years they spent in Chitrakuta and Panchavati. These are the 2 places they spent. And Chitrakuta is so dear to Mother Sita, and she was thanking, as I said yesterday, when Sita came to Chitrakoot, she was thanking Kaikeyi again and again and again, because she was the only person in the whole universe happy about Kaikeyi. Because everyone else was very angry with Kaikeyi. Mother Sita was so happy with Kaikeyi, and she was constantly thanking Kaikeyi again and again and again, because simply because of Kaikeyi, they got time to spend with Ram. Otherwise, how Sita Mata will get time with Ram? Because in Ayodhya, it is impossible From morning, Brahmanas and the sages and the citizens, and they're always with Ram. Everyone seeks an audience with Ram, and they would like to be in company of Ram, and Ram will very dutifully talk to them, attend to their problems, help them, and if they did something good, glorify them. Ram was doing that. If someone had something good, Ram will appreciate them, glorify them, give them charity. So Mother Sita will hardly get time to be with Ram. So when they were banished for 14 years in jungle, Sita Mata was so happy. So when she came to Chitrakoot, she became doubly happy seeing this beautiful place. What a wonderful place with birds, and and Chitrakoot, there is only sages and nobody else, to disturb. And sages will be in meditation, and Sita Mata can go and meet Rishi Patnis, take advice to them, like that. So many sweet things, So this is the Kamatgiri Parvata, where Lord Ram and Sita would take rest. And Lakshmana, very polite, in the 14 years during exile, not even once that Lakshmana lifted his head above Sita Mata's toe and saw her. And Mother Janaki will always turn to Lakshmana. Are Lakshmana, what is this? You are Maryada Purushottama, like your brother. You are this. So much of fun, so much of jokes Sita will crack. And Ram will say, Are Janaki, why are you taunting that, Lakshmana like this? Sita Mata will crack so many jokes, But Lakshmana is so principled, he will not utter one word without respect. Because when Lakshmana was going to jungle, Sumitra said, Mam Viddi Janakatmaja. There is no difference between me and Janaki. Every time you see Janaki, you should remember me. Very respectful. It's a beautiful lesson for us. How men should never flirt or crack jokes with others' wives. Something very important lesson. Sita Mata may crack jokes, but Lakshmana was very principled. With heads bowed down, he will say, yes, Devi, no Devi, yes, yes, like that, like a servant. And Sita will make fun of this thing. So when Lord Ram and Mother Sita were resting in this Kamatgiri Parvata, Lakshmana will go and sit in the opposite side hill and always vigilant whether any enemies are attacking, demons are attacking, something. And Lakshmana was little suspicious about Bharata also. What if Bharata sends his army or something? He was very suspicious. So this is Kamatgiri Parvata, where even Lakshmana did not climb. He paid respects, right? So even today, people don't climb this Kamatgiri Parvata. And in the bottom of Kamatgiri Parvata, there is a Kamatnath temple, and that is Narayan, Vishnu temple, Kamatnath. So whatever desires, you go and approach this Kamatnath Narayana, Vishnu, everything will be granted. So first we take pranams from Kamatnath, and we walk around this 5 kilometers. Beautiful. When we go in early morning, 6 o'clock, it will take hardly 1 hour to go around the 5 kilometers. Even elderly people can peacefully walk. It's not trouble. Throughout the way, you will have people to give water and shady resting place. It's very, very peaceful parikrama, and only 1 hour, and we won't get tired. So we were constantly, we all chant Krishna's name, Ram's name, holy names, and Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And full 5 kilometers we go singing the glories, where that's the shelter, that's the place where Ram and Sita lived for quite long, Kamatgiri Parvat, So in the Kamatgiri Parvat, it's totally 5 kilometers stretch. When we walk 1 kilometer, and on the Kamatgiri Parvat Parikrama Marg, you will have Bharata Milap temple. Rahul Prabhu, the marble white bluish temple, Bharata Milap temple. just 1 kilometer in Kamatgiri Parvat. So if we start our morning parikrama by 6 o'clock, in another 15-20 minutes, yes, this beautiful place temple will come. It is Bharat Milap temple, and this, you see this beautiful marble long courtyard. In the morning, it will be like chill. We are not supposed to wear chappals and shoes, and we are going barefoot. It will be so chill. Everybody will be doing haribol and chatting and dancing on the marble. So nice, right? So you can see 3 blue mandaps here, and in one mandap, Ram's feet is there. Another mandap, Bharata's feet is there. In another mandap, Sita Mata's feet is there. Like that, 3 lotus feet is there in 3 different mandap. And the pujari is very friendly here. He knows Hare Krishna people so well. The moment we go, he gives us nice sweet prasad, and he will make us chant, do Kirtan and everything like that. So this is the glorious Bharat Milap temple. And you know that when Bharata came back, right? When Bharata came back from Kaikeya Desha, nobody spoke to Bharata properly, as I was explaining. So Bharata said, I will go to jungle and somehow bring Lord Ram back. If I'm not able to bring Lord Ram back, I will lay my life dead. And he made this vow. When he made this vow, then Ayodhyavasi started believing Bharata. And they said, okay, we are also coming. And all of them, they came. Ram came, Bharata came, Shatrugna came, and 3 mothers, Sumitra, Kausalya, and Kaikeyi, 3 mothers came, Vasishta came, sages came, Sumantra came, many elderly Brahmanas, they all came. And one day, Ram and Sita, they are resting on this Kamatgiri Parvat, and Lakshmana is sitting on top of a tree and keeping a watch. And suddenly from a long distance, Lakshmana could see the flag of Ayodhya, flying in the sky so majestically, royally, Raghuvamsha Dwaja, the flag with the sun emblem, the majestic flag of Raghuvamsha. Then he saw a huge army. Lakshmana could see a huge army. And the dust from the hooves of the horses were flying up in the sky. And he saw army and Bharata. Then immediately Lakshmana thought, now I understand this cheater, traitor, this Bharata is coming to jungle. I know his intention. He wanted to kill Ram so that he can usurp the whole kingdom. Aha, I will not leave this. I will rip his skin apart of this body, and I will chop his body into millions of pieces and throw his body into Sarayu, or throw his body to jungle in vultures and jackals to eat. Screaming like this, Lakshmana rushed like a madman and took all his weapons, celestial weapons, all that shield, bows, arrows, spear. Then Lord Ram saw, Lakshmana is furious and rushing for a battle. Then he asked Lakshmana, what happened? Lakshmana said, that traitor, the cheater, Bharata has come. I'm going to rip him apart. I'm going to kill him. Then Lord Ram tightly held Lakshmana's hand and said, Lakshmana, I know why Bharata is coming. I know Bharata by heart. Please remain calm. Then Ram got up, and Ram saw Bharata had not slept for days together. From the face of Bharata, Ram could understand how much pain Bharata was going through, how much he would be facing. And Ram can understand how innocent Bharata is. Bharata came and rolled down and, fell like a log at Ram's feet and said, my Lord, my dear brother, I don't know anything what has happened. I was not party to it. It is not with my concern this has happened. Please believe me. Nobody in Ayodhya believes me. So very lovingly Ram lifted Bharata and said, Bharata, I believe you more than myself. I believe you more than I believe myself. All these beautiful leelas happened in this place. And hugged him. And Bharata, whole day till dusk, Bharata was going on saying that Ram, please come back. And Ram was going on saying, no, I will not come back because that is the promise I have given to Dasharatha. And both of them were adamant, and Ram came to know that Dasharatha is no more. Then Ram was loudly crying, "Oh great King Dasharatha, I also became a reason for your departure." And immediately Ram became silent and offered prayers then and there to Dasharatha Maharaja. Bharata was again and again adamant, and Ram was saying, no, 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 no. And finally, as I told you yesterday, Ram said, okay. Bharata lie down and said, I'm going to live my life. Then Ram said, okay, I will become the king. But this is my first order. Go and rule Ayodhya for 14 years on my behalf. So in this way, Bharata was trapped. And Bharata takes that Paduka of Ram. You see the second picture, Ram gives his shoes. Bharata went back all the way to Ayodhya, this 200 kilometers, keeping the lotus shoes on his head and coronated this. He did Paduka Pattabhishekam. He coronated the shoes on Ram's Singhasan. Then Ram paid respects to the sages, to the brahmanas and everyone. He went and paid respects to mothers. Then he saw Kaikeyi was standing little far in that crowd with tears in her eyes. Kaikeyi did not have the courage to come and see Ram. She was standing quite far. So Ram voluntarily went. What a great personality. See this? Somebody has banished him to jungle for 14 years without a tinge of anger and enmity. If we were there in that position, we will never talk to that person in our entire life. Ram smilingly went to Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi was staying apart because even other wives, other mothers were not with Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi was alone. Ram went to Kaikeyi, bowed down and touched Kaikeyi's feet and said, hope and pray, my dear mother, that you are fine and happy. Then Kaikeyi burst out with tears and said, Ram, please come back. What a great sin I have done. I have lost my dear husband. I don't want to lose you. Now I realize you are more dear to me than Bharata. Please, for my sake, for my purification, you please come back. You know, and Ram said, Mata Kaikeyi, don't blame yourself. You are a helpless instrument in the will of providence. You are just an instrument. Don't blame. By you blaming yourself, my heart is pained. You know, so please don't blame. And Kaikeyi cried and begged Ram, come back. And Ram said, no, this is my last promise. And he also told Kaikeyi, Mother Kaikeyi, never ever think you are the reason for this. I love you as much as I love Kaushalya and Sumitra. You are all my mothers and never think bad about me. Again and again, Ram touched Kaikeyi Mata's feet. And Kaikeyi said, Ram, why don't you curse me? Why don't you punish me? Why don't you, at least I will be happy if you punish me, that I have got a punishment for my mistake. Why are you doing this? Then Ram said, please, you go back and be lovable to Bharata, Lakshmana and myself. And I will come back after 14 years and constantly serve you. So with tears, Kaikeyi also walked back from this place. So Rahul Prabhu, can we go back to that picture, that Bharat Milap? So all this beautiful conversation and leelas, everything happened in this courtyard, in this particular area. So you can see different mandaps. You can hear Ram ka charan, Ramji ka charan, Sita Mata ka charan, Bharat ka charan, and many these things. So very sweet to sit down here and discuss these pastimes and chant Krishna Ram's names, Maha Mantra. Then we continue our parikrama. We finish this 5 kilometers in 1.5 hours. and we come back to the place where we started. So today we have just traveled one place in Chitrakoot. There are many, many more places. We are supposed to go to Nasik tomorrow, but I don't think we will be going to Nasik tomorrow. We will be still staying in Chitrakoot only tomorrow. There are many beautiful places and many beautiful pastimes to hear. So here we pray our pranams to Mother Sita, Bharat and all, and how selflessly we can also serve Krishna, right? Guru and Krishna. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. So once again, I thank Brajlila Nath Prabhu, then Parmeshwar Gaurav Prabhu, Sri Vallabh Prabhu, Nanda Prabhu, and all the senior Vaishnavas and all the assembled Vaishnavas, devotees from different yatras. Thank you so much for giving us an opportunity. And now we will try to cover up a few questions here. Yeah, there are a couple of questions all about Mother Sita. Why Sita is done like this? Why it is like that? Why it is like this? Yes, it is very, very painful. You know, question 1. Lord Ram asked Lakshmana to leave her in this forest, but why Lakshmana didn't even safely drop her in the ashram of Sage Valmiki? Yes. Okay, there's a beautiful question from Ramanand Kanai Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. My pranams. Lakshmana was not able to compose himself. Lakshmana was broke down. Lakshmana was like, completely shattered. So Lakshmana was not able to see into Mother Sita's face, and he was cursing himself to do this. And Lakshmana offered a sincere prayer to the Supreme Lord. If at all I get a chance again to appear in Leelas, please bless me. I will become your elder brother and I will never become your younger brother. Because if I become your elder brother, I can at least put some, thoughts, my thoughts and all. That's why Lakshmana, then when Krishna appeared, Balramji appeared as the elder brother. So here we cannot blame Lakshmana because Lakshmana's situation was so bad. He was broken down, he was crying, he was blaming, he was cursing himself, and he didn't have the energy or courage or will to face Mother Sita once again. And yes, Sita Mata, yes. Second question about Lavakusha. So there are small changes in different Ramayana versions. So Valmiki says in one line that the Mother Sita had Lava and Kusha as her sons, and they are twins. But some other versions of Ramayana goes one step higher, and some other Puranas also explain that first Lava took birth, then Kusha was a replica made by sage Valmiki. So these things are there in different Puranas and different scriptures. But Valmiki did not give so much in detail. Valmiki said Sita Mata had 2 children. So both the statements are true. Then so many questions that about why injustice to Mother Sita. We don't have any explanation. It is very painful. But Lord Ram gave more importance to his citizens than his own family. So great personalities, they give priority to, Jivatmas than Prabhupada rejected his family to protect the whole world, to save the whole world. Swami Raghavendra, a great acharya in Sampradaya, Swami Raghavendra, disciple of Madhvacharya, he gave up his wife and his wife jumped inside a well and committed suicide. Raghavendra Swamigal renounced his wife to save the whole world. So these are all the great sacrifice done by these wonderful personalities. And we are nowhere there to comment and all like that. Right? Yeah, somebody, Tejashri has asked, what we heard Sita Mata was asked to go into fire to prove her. It's true. Yes, it is true. But that happened in Lanka. We will be visiting that place on the last day. That happens in this thing. Age of Ram and Sita is very confusing. In Valmiki Ramayana, it says Sita was just 12 years old when she got married. Ram was 10 years elder to her when Ram got married. Then for another 16 plus 12 years, 14 years in jungle, then 12 years in Valmiki ashram. So you can count, 12 plus 14 plus 2 plus something like that. So Sita Mata lived for very less years and Lord Ram lived for 11,000 years. Okay. Yes, one more question. I have this one question that when Lava Kusha and Mother Sita were returning back to Ayodhya, why did she pray Mother Earth to take in? Yes, Sita Mata was feeling that as long as she was there with Ram, Ram was not peaceful in performing, not able to perform his duty and service to the citizens properly. Because something will come one after another, and that becomes an obstacle for Ram to perform his service to the citizens. Like Lord Chaitanya did sacrifice, renounced his family so that he can serve Vaishnavas. So Lord also takes a serving role. Actually, devotees are supposed to serve the Lord, but Lord also takes a role in service. So these are all the reasons. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes, Vipralamba Bhava. Somebody has mentioned, yes, Vipralamba Bhava is also true, because Vipralamba Bhava, the separation is the highest joy. The love of Sambhoga and love of Vipralamba. That is why Radharani and Gopis were in Vipralamba. So this statement is also true. There are many, many reasons. Okay, thank you very much. Tomorrow we will continue our journey in Chitrakoot again, and our journey to Nasik will be little delayed because we spent a lot of time today in Sitamarhi. We were supposed to leave Sitamarhi as early as possible, but we spent a lot of time there, so we slipped. So tomorrow we will go detail in Chitrakoot. Thank you so much, Vrajlila Nath Prabhuji. Thank you so much to all the senior Vaishnavas. I can see Atulya Damodar Prabhu here, and I can see Rasamrita Prabhu's connection, and many, many senior devotees here. So thank you and pranams to all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you very much. And
Oh.
this Ramayana story is full of, like, when we are hearing, very difficult to control tears.
Hare Krishna.
So one after another. So then so bhava, so prema is there that touches the heart. Each pastime of Lord Rama, and then so wonderfully you depicted. So like and then like so boldly you were saying. So then like and then so then we were hearing, and then thank you very much for taking us to all these places. We had the plan to take devotees for yatra to these places, but now I think our job is much easier. We can simply go and then can know where to have lassi and gajar halwa and eat that, where to have katha, and what to do when and where. So thank you very much for your kindness and time and wonderful katha. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Jagat
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
परमेश्वर वो आपका आवाज ठीक नहीं आ रहा है.
Hare Krishna. I can see Rasamrita Prabhu's family here, Mataji here. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranams. Hope Gorangi and son, everyone is fine. And you're all safe and healthy. Hare Krishna, so happy. Hare Krishna, thank you. Parmeshwar Prabhu, your voice is breaking.
Hare Krishna, are you able to hear now?
Now we can hear you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful nectarian katha. So we are able to visualize everything, but our sincere desire is we want to take you along with us for the guide. Otherwise, you will not be able to relate.
Jagat Sakshi Prabhu, thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So grateful.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Prabhu, I think you are one of such English speaker which my mother, even though she would not understand, but she would actually attend the full class, Prabhu. Yesterday
Oh,
also,
thank you.
don't miss.
Thank you so much. And I recently saw Rasamrita Prabhu and his son standing in front of Vada Madan Mohanji temple picture. Very royal and very nice photograph I saw. Very nice to see you, Prabhu. And hope you are all safe in this time. Please take care of your health and everything. Thank you. So, Vrajlilanath Prabhu, can we close?
Yeah, Prabhu, just to let you know, yesterday and today also, there were 251 around connections on Zoom and around 51 on YouTube. If at each house there are 3-4 family members, so around 1,000 people are viewing this program.
Oh, thank you so much.
So, Rajlilama Prabhu, if we can, I'm not sure, but if you can please make announcement about this Pandharpur temple, which is, suffered a lot because of this flood. So maybe devotees can help and pray also.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
Prabhu. Yeah.
yes, Prabhu. Yeah, you can. Jagat Sakshi Prabhu, you can.
Yes, Pandharpur temple is on the bank of Chandrabhaga river. And the temple president, his name is Prahlad Das, is a very simple village folk man. I know Prahlad Prabhu for 30 years. Prahlad Prabhu traveled all over India in bullock cart, that Padayatra. He was actually riding bullock cart, very simple. Then as Maharaj, Lokanath Maharaj's desire, they built this temple on the bank of Chandrabhaga river. But Chandrabhaga river is a mystical river in Pandharpur. It is like a moon. It is like a semi-moon. Every third year, fifth year, so much of flood. But this year, I think after 20 years, the Chandrabhaga has overflowed. The temple, Goshala, the temple, everything was washed off. They said nearly 40 to 50 lakhs loss overnight. So devotees, if anybody can help, that is a great thing. But with the permission of, all your Yatra leaders, Sri Vallabh Prabhu and others, I just made an announcement. But if anybody can help and pray to Pandarnath and for this temple, that would be a really great help. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rasamrita Prabhu, for bringing this point.
Just for your information.
Yes, Sri Vallabh Prabhu has already made an appeal to everybody in the WhatsApp that we are contributing from Damodar Desh. If anybody want to contribute, can reach Sevanand Prabhu or to me or to Sri Vallabh Prabhu, or we can send directly and then we can combine everything and send to them. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's what I wanted to say. Sri Vallabh Prabhu has already made appeal, so that I thought maybe I can remind. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you, Rasamrita Prabhu. And okay, so then those people are here. So I have noted down few questions just to see how attentively everybody was hearing. Prabhu, if you permit, can I?
10:30, so I will take a leave. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Hare Krishna, and look forward to see you tomorrow. Okay, so the first question is, हिंदी में बोलता हूँ पहले. वाल्मीकि जी ने बोला कि दैट ये जो रामायण है ये स्टोरी राम की नहीं है, ये स्टोरी सीता की है. और एक संस्कृत का फ्रेज बताया. मेरे को वो संस्कृत का फ्रेज आपको चैट में लिखना है. And Valmiki ji told Ramayana is not story about Rama, it's story about Mother Sita. And Prabhu gave the Sanskrit 3 words. I want those Sanskrit 3 words. What is that? That the story is about Mother Sita. You can chat and then first 3 answers will take.